This is to be a very basic run over of the mixing console. Now, to get at the mixing console, you've got three options. I choose to go to the mixer equalizer button just here. Boom. Press that and up comes the mixer. Okay, down in the bottom corner it says pan and volume, but I'm going to start on the top. It says mixer, that's what we're looking at. Panel, we're on the panel face. The first one here is your style. Now there's a style, multipad, the left voice, right voice, blah blah, right across. This is a point where you can actually change these if you on the fly. So while you're busy with that, you can click on that. It's got Canadian rock. You may not like that. You may want to go to a dance and put on something else. I go to ballroom and I'll put on a slow foxtrot. Press the exit, and now I've got a slow foxtrot on there. You can do exactly the same with any of the other ones. Now you'll notice that the right one is the one that's lit up. Well, I want to light up the other ones just to show you. So I'll switch them on, and there we are. Now, each one of these blocks work exactly the same, so I don't have to go over and over each one of them. The next row down here is your pan. Now that's the pan position. If you want your piano, which is in here, if you want that to be over to the left, you just go over to the big black wheel and turn it. That's over to the left. Shove it over to the right, no problem. So I'm going to put it back in. I'll put it over to the left to start with. Likewise with the right two, put that on the other side. Now you've got a separation with your instruments, which gives you the stereo effect. That works on all of those little buttons. Excuse me. You can see that there's an orange square around the particular thing that you're looking at. On the bottom here are your sliders for your volumes. So if you go to this one here, you touch on it, it highlights, and then you can either use your pointer to run them up and down, you can use your finger to run them up and down, or you can go over and you can use the big black wheel. I prefer to use the big black wheel. It keeps my screen nice and clean. Okay, we've got that far. The next one is the chorus and reverb. Press on that one, and here we got the chorus and reverb. Your reverb is right down the bottom here, and you can choose your one, touch on it, once again, a nice big orange square, and you can change that up. I usually run mine to about 35 to 40. Into the chorus there, and you can put that up. Now the chorus will give you a meatier sound from the basic. You've got the basic sound on, and it starts and stops. You put on the chorus and you get a more oomph in the thing. Likewise with your reverb, it gives you a better sound. But when I say better sound, it's your ears and not mine. Now I must say at this point, if you're setting up with the speakers on the keyboard, that's fine. You sit here and you can listen to those. Now, if you plug in your Bose headphones, which is going to cost you about $4,000, you get the sound in one side of whatever you put on the left, and on the other side you get whatever you put on there. Now if you've got your Bose L1 32 Pro set up, which will probably cost you about $10,000, then you'll get a totally different sound altogether. Anyway, apart from that, there's the effect. Now the effect, the insertion effects, you can play with those, but there's something which I'm not going to go into now because it's not really at this point for explanation. Okay, the next one in line is the style. Now when I touch the style, you notice that all these sounds, all these voices come up. So you can go along now and you can change these voices to what you want. If you don't like that bass, you touch the bass, up it comes an acoustic bass. Now I don't want that one, I'll have a fretless bass. So you touch on the fretless bass, exit out of that, and there it is. On the bottom here, once again, you've got your volume controls for each and every one of those, and you've also got your pan. So you can actually switch them wherever you want to on the screen. Your chorus and reverb, once again, you can apply that to the style. Okay, it says real large. When you press that for your reverb, you can get your category. I'm not going to go into that now because that is another video. Okay, let's go across multipad. Now, all the multipads shown as being on, but I can't get anything, I can't get them to light up and do anything with them. But they do work. So when you press your multipad, it will work. Okay, the next two, the song is mainly for your setting up, for you're doing a MIDI file. Once again, you can change all this in your MIDI. It says over here song 1 to 8. If you touch on those, it'll go song 9 to 16, which is your style recording. Go on to there, and that takes you to your master compressor. The compressor and equalizer are once again another topic. So I'm going to hop out of there, and we're back. Now, the next section of this is to get at it two ways. You can either go into there, and that gives you a voice part. I'm going to exit out of that. Or you can go to the menu and pick voice part, and you get the same thing. Now your voice part is only the voices, not everything else, only the voices. Coming down, you have your concert grand, which we had. Now it says mono here. Now if you click on that, it highlights it as mono. Now many voices only run on mono. A saxophone, clarinet, trumpet, they only have a mono sound. You can't play chords on a saxophone. However, when you put it onto mono, it will bring in the super articulation of the voice, which means that when you play from one to another, you can get it to slide up and down, whatever. That's another project. Okay, the next one down, I'll take that one off. The next one down is the octave. Now, because I play further up the keyboard, I like to change that octave, and I bring that down, and you'll see this, and I'll bring that down one. I'll prick one in there, and I got -1. Okay, and its octave is -1 now. Now you can change that as you like, because some voices sound very high and squeaky. Some of like the accordion ones tend to be high, so you can bring that one down. Now the equalizer, once again, equalizer in here, it'll bring up to the equalizer, something which I'm not going to go into now. The chorus, it says it's off, so we touch that one and put it on. In the middle here it says pan. Now it shows you the pan. We've already set the pan, and this is the volume control. Now each one of these, for your left, for your right 3, right 2 and right 1, all exactly the same, and your left. So they're all there. All you have to do is to adjust them, listen to the sounds you get, and modify it. So basically, that's what it's like when you get into the mixing console. There's a wide variety of things you can do. Your big black wheel is the ideal thing for winding around, up and down. Okay, so that's me for the moment.